And we're live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stefan. Welcome back to another episode of Show and Tell. We're back for another week to show you guys some cool features that we worked on in the past sprint. Today, we're going to be going over previews with Suvich, Expo-relay with Danny, and the heavily requested redeploy button by David, who's been bothering me all week to make sure that we share with everyone. And it actually is a pretty cool feature, so I'm excited to share with everyone. Some quick announcements before we start. We're jam-packed with a bunch of events coming up. So today we have a show and tell with Learn with Jason. That is going to be 12:20 Eastern time. This Friday we have an AMA with WunderGraph and Dax from SST. And then the following week we have another AMA with Matt Mateus from Netlify, the CEO of Netlify. So that'll be a super interesting session. And then we also have a webinar coming up with Ryan below. Hi guys, meet Ryan. I think this is his first time on the stream. But yeah, so Ryan will be teaching us how to leverage WunderGraph and BFFs and how to serve 6 million users, which he did before. So it'll be more of an enterprise-focused webinar, but I think it'll be super interesting. But without further ado, let's get right into show and tell. So Suvich, show us the previews. Let me share your screen. Give it a second to kind of... All right, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, so previews are basically environments which we create for pull requests to the main branch. So currently, I've deployed WunderGraph Next.js React Query application onto WunderGraph Cloud. Now, if we raise a PR to the main branch, that is the production branch, the main, we would get a new environment. Currently, there are no environments as there are no PRs. So let's go create a PR. So we can just modify one of the WunderGraph operations. Okay. Let's remove ID for now and commit changes. So here we'll be creating a new branch. And we create a new pull request. So as you can see, the build is started. If we go back, we can see that there's an active environment preview, active preview happening. And here, if you go to all environments, we have the deployment running. So this deployment will provision a new Wonder node and deploy. So it usually takes about a minute. And we can see that there's an environment right now. But as it is not deployed yet, we still have the building here. Let's wait for the deployment to complete, and then we can go into operations and analytics. So this is the new UI, which is built for environments. So where we have a list of environments. Now it's ready. So if we go, we can go to the operations. So as you can see, we only have the name and active, and the ID isn't there. But if we go back to the operations of the main page, main branch, so you see the ID also being there. So the analytics work the same way. So if you go here, analytics. Okay, let's trigger it once more. Not sure.
Sometimes it takes a couple triggers.
Yeah. So we have analytics for this particular Wonder node too. And the same thing happens to our main branch also, which is already there. Yeah, so that is all about previews. So every PR to the main branch or the production branch which is set in the project would create an environment, and we have a list of details about this environment inside the environments UI, like operations, analytics, and logs.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Great job,
That's
Suvich.
about
One
it.
thing though is if Dustin was here, he would tell you to install the JSON prettier extension, so that way you can see the JSON blobs a little bit better. So I'm doing Dustin's job for him because he yelled at me last stream. But I'll send you that extension later. All right, next Expo-relay with Danny, who is our relay enthusiast and kind of expert at this point. Go ahead, Danny. Share your screen.
Hi, Stephen. Nice to be back.
Yeah, welcome back. It's a blast to bring everybody back together. Okay, cool.
Cool. So this Expo-relay is like a follow-up of our continuing support to relay client. So we started off with building a mobile app compatible relay setup. So what we did is like WunderGraph already uses the JS SDK underneath. So we start off with the simple Metro config. So we already released the support for Metro Bundler and WunderGraph previously in the last week. So now we are just leveraging the previously released Metro config, which provides like a full WunderGraph live query support to the Expo ecosystem. So once that has been added, we just have to like import WunderGraph client and add the WunderGraph relay provider, which immediately like makes your entire Expo like work with the relay out of the box. So this is like a very minimal setup, which lets you like get the full power of relay directly into Expo. And as you can see, like we have the power of fragments, and we also have the render as you fetch pattern, everything like baked in. And in a few steps, you will have your entire mobile app running. So this is like the iOS app that is like built using the Expo integration, and it also like has live queries built in. And to add to this support, we also like kind of added Astro support into Relay. So this is like a very interesting integration because Relay is like built around like the whole React ecosystem, but Astro is more of like a server rendered framework. So after like a few test runs, we built an experimental integration which basically like adds Astro into the Relay ecosystem, which also like helps people leverage relay for building static sites, because static sites tend to have like lots of components. Even for this component, we had to like build 3 different fragments. So there you have it, like we are like extending relay into like new platforms, and we also have like something very exciting on the relay side coming soon.
Yeah. We're not gonna tell you guys yet. We might tease about it coming soon, but I think it's gonna be awesome. And then speaking of Astro, if you guys haven't seen our newest landing page for open previews, I'll link that below in the comments. But open previews should be free for everyone, shouldn't be a paid feature, and it's gonna be completely open source. And Eelco, the Flying Dutchman or the Coding Dutchman, is behind that. So I'll link it below in the comments. And last, and certainly not least, is David with the redeploy button. Come on, David. I know you've been waiting all week for this.
Yeah.
Feel free to share your screen.
Oh, I have to like pick. There we go. I think this is the right screen.
Let's see.
You see
Yes.
Next.js 158.1a?
Yes, sir. All right, you're good to go.
All right, perfect. So without further ado, I'll go into it now. So I'm on my deployments for my project. You'll notice that my currently deployed commit is this initial commit here. And I have another commit here called really important commit. So I'm going to click this menu button here and click redeploy. And then you'll notice that we get a toast there to say that the redeployment has started. This doesn't necessarily mean it will finish and successfully, but hopefully it will. It varies how long it can take. You can see 10 seconds, 15 seconds, but something under the 20-second mark, usually 12 seconds. There we go. Okay, and now if I click again, I'll be rate limited. This is to prevent any kind of spam. It's about, you can have one request every minute. Not that anyone would probably need to do that, but there you go. And the reason that we implemented this feature is so that, as we all know, you can change your production branch in the settings menu in the Git tab. I think I have a patch called Animus Patch 1. I think that's my name of my branch. So I'm going to change that to be my production branch. Yeah, that was successful. Now, if I go to my deployments, you'll notice I've not got any deployments here. And also, you'll notice that this is queued, which is the default state, because this will not, until you do something like a new commit, it won't push to this deployment. However, now we have this nice handy button here, so I can click and redeploy, and then we can we'll create a new deployment based on this new production branch. This is really nice, especially if we go into settings here. We change our environment variables. You don't need a dummy commit anymore. You can just change up, click save, go back to your deployments. This one's finished now, of course. and then you can click redeploy, and you don't need a commit. You can simply redeploy your latest commit. So this button will be your latest commit, and then if you want a specific deployment commit, then you would have to use the in row button here. And that's what I wanted to show you earlier, but this time in the context of it all working nicely. Thanks for watching, and wishing you a great time of day.
So yeah, that concludes another episode of Show and Tell with WunderGraph. Once again today, learn with Jason at 12:20 Eastern time. I don't know what time that is in Europe, so you guys can do the math, or Pacific time. It's 3 hours before, so remember that. So thank you guys again so much. Look out for all these events coming this week, and we'll see you again next week. Bye, guys.